Scott Holcomb here, and let me say I'm excited after reading through this chapter. It definitely seems like a quick solution to half of my troubles right now in my classroom, and hopefully my insights on this may be helpful to you as well. So, my main focus as I look through this chapter seemed to fall on task 3, which is here, which was establishing a system to provide students feedback on behavior and good effort, and to incorporate this into my grading system. As I had said in my last video, one of my biggest problems is my student behavior. They're very apathetic, talkative, and what this particular task in Chapter 2 talks about is holding the students more accountable for their classroom behavior. So, one thing it talks about is how your highly motivated and academically successful students usually will already have their good behavior. And that pretty much holds true even in my class. My highest students academically are usually my best behaved, although I do, even in my class, have a few exceptions. There are some who are performing academically well, and yet they have some horrible behaviors. So, don't know if that's part of the motivation that they've learned, that the behavior doesn't account for their actual grade. So one thing I hope to be able to do as I go to implement this is to actually make them accountable and realize academically that's not all that they're responsible for in our school, in our class. So the first thing it talks about doing is actually creating the grade percentage. In my class, which is an 8th grade class and is very high structured, I'm thinking of doing approximately 20% of their final grade is completely on behavior. And that's one of the things it talks about here where it's highlighted, is that the higher the structure of the class, the higher the grade percentage needs to be. My next thing I need to create actually is outlining exactly how many points each activity that they're doing is worth, whether it be tests, homework, quizzes, or their behavior. This is one thing that, while I do have a syllabus, it is not fully outlined in my syllabus, so it'll be something I have to try and implement and explain to my students probably mid-9 weeks, so I'm wondering how that will go. Continues talking here about determining the number of points for behavior and effort, which would be determined based once I actually figure out the points for everything else, and then how to record it. The thing here in the book is a great tool that I look forward to hopefully using to quickly be able to record daily behavior for my students. With my students being 8th grade, they are very prone to only seeing the now, and I think this particular system will be great for emphasizing that with their current state of mind. And that's what I plan to do, is to actually fully implement this, sort of like this, on a daily basis and give it to them weekly so they can see exactly how their behaviors are impacting their grade. Hopefully, as you read through this chapter, you see that this is also a great tool, and I look forward to hearing your opinions, especially regarding, should I go ahead and try and implement this now, already partway into the third 9 weeks, or should I wait until next year completely and try and find a different solution to my behavior problems I'm having in my classroom? Thank you so much.